Hello and welcome to my new buy-to-let. Now, let me show you around. This is a 2-bedroom flat. This is a first bedroom. We still have to do some work, so no worries about the mess, no worries about the flooring, because we have to change the flooring, we have to paint and give it a nice fresh look, so painting, decorations and a few bits and pieces. That's the second bedroom, again art floor, and then quite nice bright bedroom. Today in Scotland we have a beautiful sunshine, so you can enjoy this day as well with this property. The sun comes through the windows and it's quite nice and warm. The heating wasn't on, but it's quite nice and warm in the bedrooms. The living room is a bit dated, okay, it's a bit old of course, but we're going to change all the carpet, we're going to paint everything. We've done already all the electrical safety tests, the EICR, all the EPC and the testings for the appliances. They were already here. And then the work, basically the keys, we got them last week. The work has been done already in the first part of the work, and the second part of the work, which is painting, decorating and new carpet, will be done this week. So all in all, I would say 7 days, 10 days max of refurb, and then it's ready to host a family in this 2-bedroom flat. Now remember, the flats in Scotland are freehold, which means you don't have to pay a ground rent, or like in England and Wales you have leasehold flats. In Scotland we don't have these sort of things, we just have freehold. It's very convenient as well to get both flat and houses, so don't discard flats just because they are called flat. So let's go to the kitchen. Nice kitchen. Again, it's a bit old, but it's okay for now. You don't have to change the kitchen every time you come into a property unless the kitchen is completely rubbish or destroyed. In this case, it's kind of okay. Sometimes even with these kind of kitchens we change, but then depending on your budget, depending if you buy just one property or 3, like in my case, last week I've completed on 3 buy-to-lets, 3 properties, which means that you have 3 sets of deposits, 3 sets of solicitor fees, 3 sets of mortgage broker fee. So there are a lot of things. Sometimes you can decide to not change as much like you would if you were just buying one property. So in this case we have nice appliances as well for the new tenants, and we've done all the PAT testings and everything is almost ready to go. And then finally the bathroom. Again, it's all wet walled. You can choose what kind of styles of bathroom you want, but it's a thermostatic shower, all wet wall here, which means less maintenance. There is also PVC ceiling. Why PVC ceiling is good? Well, first of all, you don't get the mold, especially in wet places like the bathroom. And then it's also nice to put the spotlights because it gives more like a modern look. And finally we have the garden, so the back garden. We have 2 sets of gardens here. We have the front garden, which can be used as a parking space for 3 cars, and then the back garden, so half of it is shared, so half of it is from the flat above and the other half belongs to the flat that just bought. Every time you buy a property for rental, you have to remember that you're not living in it, and the tenants may have a different kind of taste than yours. Just to give you an example where I wasted my money was where a property that I bought, there was no fence, so I put a whole fence around, and then I painted the fence with a color that I kind of neutral. So spent lots of money to paint and everything, and then the tenants moved in asked me, can I change the color of the fence? I was like, okay, you can change it. But if I knew it before, of course, I wouldn't have painted myself. So from then on, that was a lesson learned. I've understood that you don't have to do all the work for decorations and things yourself before renting it out. You can probably ask the tenants while it's viewing, what color would you like the walls, or what carpet color would you like? Because if you change it anyway, it might be better to ask the person who is going to live in what kind of decoration they want. Okay, so the numbers of this property and the other 2 that I bought, so they are kind of copy-paste, so similar layout, similar floor plan and similar area. This property was 71,000. The property number 2 was 73.5, and property number 3 was 77,000 pounds. Now these are all 2-bedroom flats, freehold, nice garden in the front, nice garden on the back. Some of them are ground floor, some of them are first floor. The renovation for these properties depends on the specs you want to renovate it. One property cost us about £2,000, the other one £1,500, and this one would be costing us around £3,500 more or less. In terms of deposits that you can put down for these three properties, we're talking all in all about £55,000 more or less, which means that you can buy three properties that are going to give you around £650–700 a month each. I'm talking about gross. If you calculate £700 a month, it means that you have £2,100 per month for the three properties. 2.5 years, 3 years, you already recovered all your deposits back and you can reinvest them again. So let's say, for example, you have £100,000. As a rule of thumb, I say every £100,000 you can buy about 4 properties. So 4 £25,000 each for deposits and legal fees, etc. And that gives you 4 properties, and I would say on average, just as a rule of thumb again, calculate about £500 net per property. Okay, after all expenses, mortgage payments, etc., you have about you're left with about £500 per month per property. Multiply that one by 4, that means you have £2,000 a month. So for many people that I speak to, I give a lot of free consultations. For many people that I speak to, they tell me, oh, I have £100,000 a month, I'm going to buy one property in my area, and then I'm going to do it up, and then it's going to increase in value. And I say, yes, you can do that, or you can split that money into 4 deposits and then buy 4 properties and renovate them, just a small renovation, and then you can have £2,000 a month. I think that's better than the rent you get from one property, because even if you spend, you know, £200–300,000 on a property, doesn't mean that the rent is going to be proportionate to the amount of money you're spending for buying it. So £2,000 a month sounds a lot better than probably £1,000–1,200 for one property. Plus, you're spreading the risk. That's super important. My name is Dr. Giuseppe Paladini. I'm the founder of Stepping Bricks, and this channel is to provide you free training, free content, free value for you to get started in property. Now, this is a buy-to-let strategy, but don't dismiss it, because it's a very good strategy to have in your portfolio. Now, if you like this video, if you like this content, comment below, ask me any questions, and I will reply personally. Like and subscribe and share it with whoever you think will benefit from this content. Bye bye for now. See you later.